Hey guys, it's Dragon Rockstar here, and recently, last Saturday, I know that Nationals went off, for like WCQ. I've heard that that's been going on, and I didn't get a chance to go to that, but I did get a chance to go to one of my local card shops and participate in the tournament while I was at it, and it turns out I went to top 4. The only things that in the deck right now that has been completely changed since then is the side deck, but other than that, everything else seems okay. There might be a few spicy techs in the extra deck, but other than that, it's pretty much pulled out pretty well. Now, there was only about 4 or 5 rounds for the tournament, so it wasn't that big, but I did come into 4th place due to the fact I went against certain decks. Now, this deck is pretty good and competitive and can pretty much do very well. Now, for instance, the decks or the matchups that I went against was I went against Solomon Greats for the very first round. That was a tough match, I give you that. Solomon Greats are really, really tough. Then I went against let's see, went against Thunder Dragons, and that was actually pretty tough. Actually, the draw power consistency was just annoying to me, and it just pretty much was amazing how the guy built his deck. Then I went against a Blue Eyes Ritual deck, which was surprisingly I 2-0. Then I think I went against a Rogue player, a Hero deck. I'm not trying to be mean, but that deck was actually pretty well thought out. His Hero build worked pretty well, and it got me in a few tight squeezes, but I managed to get around. But enough me blabbering around. Let's go ahead and get into it, right? That's what you guys are here for. So I'm calling with you both the extra deck, side deck, and main deck. So let's go ahead and get started on that. We're going to go with the main deck first, like always. For the main deck, we're going to, for the Lightsworns, Lightsworn ratio, we're going to play, obviously, everybody knows I keep keeping the same ratio of the Lightsworns for a while. I've been playing for a decent amount of ratios. Raiden's pretty good. He's your free level 4. He's your best tuner in the deck. There's been, during the tournament, it was some instances where Raiden was kind of cloggy, so thank God I kept drawing the solar recharges. But other than that, it's he pretty did well. You got triple Wulf and double Felis. They both pull out pretty well. I remember playing 3 Felis. I decided to cut one out for a new spicy tech that I put into the deck. And hopefully you guys love that. I think double Felis worked out pretty well. It's free special summon. It's a pretty much decent boss monster. It works out pretty well. For like, it helps you get rid of problematic cards you can't get around. And then Wulf is just the best. It's like the best cards to play. Let's go ahead and go on for the last Lightsworn. I played 2 Luminas. Now, a lot of people like to play 3 or at least 1. I think 2 is the perfect amount because it just, you can link away with the other one and then still have that one and then discard a card to special summon that one back and then link with the other one and just go on for 2. I think 2 is perfect ratio. 3 can be a little bit much because you end up seeing her more than you need her. But other than that, I think she pulled that pretty well. Let's see. For the next lineup, I play for like the hand traps or somewhat hand traps because I consider dangers of being kind of like a hand trap because your opponent don't see them coming and it gets you a free boss monster and a draw. So I consider them being technically like a hand trap, but really in reality, the best hand trap in the game is triple Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is amazing. Ash Blossom is your go-to card, and personally, Ash Blossom is just the best. And then for the dangers, I run double Danger Mothman. Now he pulled in pretty good work. I got him more special summoned than discarded, which was actually surprising, but he still gets you there. And then also I played 1 Danger Dogman. Now the reason why I played Danger Dogman than a third Danger Mothman is because I like Danger Dogman's effect, where it decreases your opponent's monsters by 1,000. All their attacks decreased by 1,000. And I like that effect, and personally I would never really cut out the Danger Dogman. There's been some instances where Danger Dogman could clog, and I didn't like that, so yeah. But Danger Dogman did pull some work. Let's see. Excuse me there. Now for the Predaplant engine, obviously it's standard. You play triple Scorpio, the one Cobra, and then obviously the one Cobalt. These all did work. I surprisingly made Scorpio go off more often than expected. Not a lot of people ashed it, not a lot of people got around him. I have a few instances where a few people negated its effect, which was actually pretty cool. Other than that, yeah. And then Glow Ball is Glow Ball. I actually tend to use Glow Ball for more link plays than the synchro plays, but we'll get to that point. Obviously you got the Clown engine, standard. The one damage juggler, 2 hat tricker, and the 1 trick clown. These are all standards. They all have amazing effects. Damage juggler did a lot of work for me, actually. I kept discarding him, negating battle damage, which was actually pretty good. It saved me 2 games. Hat tricker is a free special summon. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then trick clown is just trick clown. Then I still play the block engine. 1 block dragon, triple Gigantes, self-explanatory, standard for me, and then the 1 Giant Rex. Actually, Giant Rex and Gigantes actually did very well. Block Dragon, I didn't see it a lot, so I'm tempted to boost him up to 2 in the future. Hopefully, maybe. I want to see how well it goes. I just got to find another monster that's similar to Gigantes to maybe pull that off. I might end up running maybe 2 Gigantes and 2 of the other monster, or keep the 3 Gigantes and 3 of the other monster, just to keep the ratio of Block Dragon still liveable. Other than that, the engine pulled out pretty well. Then for the Mini Chaos engine, which is actually the surprise factor of the deck, 1 Black Ghost Soldier Envoy the beginning, 1 Chaos Dragon Envoy the end. He actually won me a couple games, surprisingly, people, and I love the fact that he did. And then 1 Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Now, these are obviously the best cards to play in this format, by the look of things. Black Ghost Soldier pulled up pretty well. Chaos Dragon, Envoy to End, just mwah. It was amazing to me, actually. He actually helped me going against Thunder Dragons, Danger Thunder Dragons, and surprisingly, this helped me win against that because I got rid of his boards. I still have it normal summon for the turn, so I normal summon and then just went off and then got enough attack power on board to kill him for a game. So this literally was amazing. And then Black Ghost Soldier is Black Ghost Soldier, and then Chaos Dragon Levianeer. I know I've said this in the past, but I think I'll keep Chaos Dragon Levianeer to 1 because there's certain instances where like I don't need the second one, and there's never been a time where I really actually now need the second one. Then you play the Mini Dragons, which is double Collapserpent and double Wyverbuster. Both amazing cards, both play really amazing, and it's all self-explanatory, what they do and how they play. Personally, these are my favorite cards. The Mini Dragons do put in a lot of work. There's been instances where I need a 3rd Collapserpent, so I might end up finding some space to run the 3rd Collapserpent, but other than that, they all did work. Then for the 1-ohms, you got the 1 Phantom Boots, or Silent Boots. The Phantom Knight Silent Boots. He did pretty well. I never really seen him that often. Yet again, I'm playing a 60-card deck, and yes, this is 60 cards. I realized that from my previous videos that I did not 60, I did 58. Thanks to one of my subscribers. Thank you so much for actually telling me that. It actually helped me out, and I figured out what other space I could put in, things of that nature. But the Phantom Knight monster did pretty well. Then you got the 1 Goblinbergh, the 1 Dotscaper, both self-explanatory, both did pretty well. Dotscaper came out more often than I expected, which actually helped me in a few games. Sad thing is, I did get piercing battle damage off of Goblinbergh, which was kind of sad in one of the matches. I think it was my, what was it? I think it was the Blue Eyes deck. She had piercing battle damage on one of the Blue Eyes Chaos monsters that she was playing. It did pretty well. Sadly, I lost that one game, sadly I lost that one game out of that match. But hey, we went to game 3, and for some reason I smoked her. The one Garnet. Now, a lot of people were commenting, asking why did I say that Garnet is the best. That's because you gotta play the one engine. Without this, you can't play Brilliant Fusion. I love this card, personally. A lot of people don't like drawing the brick. Me, I don't mind drawing him. He's just, I have a way to get him back into the deck. And then there's ways what my opponents usually do. They'll just find ways to get rid of my cards and stuff like that. Sometimes shuffling back into the deck, which actually makes me laugh. Sorry about that. But, like, Garnet's just amazing, personally, to me, because he's Earth. He's a different type of Earth monster. That's what I like about it. Also, he's a 19 beat stick. To me, a lot of people don't really see that coming. But I like him. I wish I was playing the other Gemini Lizzle, however you pronounce the name, because that way I can get Garnet back to my hand and recycle him, which would probably be really nifty. But Garnet is my favorite card. A lot of people like to say, why is it your favorite card? It's just a Brilliant Fusion. If Brilliant Fusion never got hit to 1, I would pretty much would say that's the brick of the deck. Ill. But Garnet, throughout the past couple times I've been playing this deck, pulled in a lot of work because I kept using him for more synchro plays, link plays. It was just pretty good. There's some points where I didn't even need the Brilliant Fusion. But enough of that. Let's go for the spells. Play triple Charge of Light Brigade. Charge is standard. Triple Solar Recharge, which is also standard. They're both standard, both self-explanatory. They help you get rid of those Lightsworns, those dead Lightsworns. They help you get through all your combos. Plus, they get you cards that you need. I still play the Triple Pot Desires. I am actually tempted to cut out 1 Desires because there's one point where I kept drawing. Like, playing 3 is okay, but every time I'll end up playing a Desires, and I'll end up drawing the 3rd one that I didn't expected, and I don't understand why. So I'm actually tempted to cut down 1 Desires, but for now I'm going to keep it 3 until I can figure out what else to put in the deck. You guys let me know down in the comments. Should I put in certain cards that I mentioned beforehand? Should I put in a 3rd Collapserpent? Should I put in maybe another Chaos Dragon Levianeer? Who knows? Maybe another Block Dragon. What do you guys think? But let's keep going. I still for the 2 cards that filled up my 158s from being 58 to 60 was Twin Twisters. Because back row is like a hard thing to go against, mainly with Mystic Mind, Subterrier, Altergeist. Even though Altergeist I haven't seen much, but Altergeist is still a good deck to. It's a tough match for this deck. So I'm starting to main deck Twin Twister. I think Twin Twister is really good. There's certain instances where you don't really need this Twin Twister, and it can be a brick, where you can use Sayuja to recycle it into your deck. But other than that, Twin Twister did a lot of work too for the whole time. But double Twin Twister is pretty good. For the 1-ofs, 1 Rhoda, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 1-for-1, 1 Brilliant Fusion, and then the 1 Monster Reborn. Now all these did a lot of work. Brilliant Fusion obviously did the most work. 1-for-1 came up a couple times. I used it for more of link plays than anything. Monster Reborn, it's just Monster Reborn. It's self-explanatory. Foolish Burial, it just helps you get the stuff that you need in the graveyard. One time I actually sent the Fentanyl Night monster to the graveyard so I could use this effect to give me one of the traps. And then Rhoda is just self-explanatory. And then for the trap cards, I played double Fentanyl Fogblade. Fogblade is standard. Fogblade I love. I personally am tempted to boost up the Fogblade by 1 more sometimes, but personally I think 2 is good enough. But you do have the 1 card that gets you Fogblade to your hand. It's okay. It's pretty much real self-explanatory. Fogblade can help you win games. Fogblade can help you screw up on games. It's just the weakest matchup that I think Fogblade is against is Solemnigrates, because if you Fogblade their link monsters and they have the field spell on the board, they can just link away and then it just makes Fogblade dead. And then also with Sky Strikers, they can link away their links and just go on for more of their link plays, which is like, Fogblade's weak against melee Solomon Greats and Sky Strikers, but other than that, it's pretty good against every other deck. And then you got Shadow Brigade, Defend the Night Shadow Brigade. This is self-explanatory. This is a pretty good card. It's a free level 4. I like it. I've actually loved this card. I personally probably won't even take this out because it did a lot of work, and I think it's a pretty good card. That's it for the main deck. Now, the main deck is 60 cards. I had to fix that from, like I said before, previous video. Previous video, I had 58. Now it's at 60, thanks to me fixing the tech choices and everything. Twin Twisters were the only things that fill up the slot. That way I can make a little bit more room for the extra deck, or for, like, the side deck. Excuse me there. But other than that, it pulled out pretty well. For the extra deck, which has some spicy text and it has a few changes. Obviously, I'll play the Minerva. Minerva self-explanatory. She's the only level 4 I'll probably play for right now until I can figure out some other cards that can actually do something else. For now, Minerva does pretty well. It's a pretty good card. It's a card that if you have to end on her, at least you got something that can go off and get you more stuff in the graveyard. That's what I love about Minerva. For the Synchros, you got the one level 5 Interior Beast. Personally, Interior Beast is okay. I never really summoned her during the whole entire tournament, but other than that, I'm still going to keep her in the extra deck just in case if she's needed. One Warlord Savage and one Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend for the level 8s. Scarlet actually pulled in some work. He nuked the board, which got rid of the problematic cards that I couldn't really get around, which is actually pretty handy. He's like Chaos Dragon Levianeer, but better. But I've only summoned him twice against against the Blue Eyes player and against the I think it was the Danger deck or the Rogue deck, the Hero build. I went against the guy that was playing Heroes, and I think I summoned him against him to get rid of his other monsters. Then afterwards, during his next turn, he summoned Babushka, and I kind of got screwed off of that. But other than that, Scarlet was pretty good. Boiler Savage was... It's Boiler Savage. You can't complain without playing that. Then you got the one Seraph Knight, because it's self-explanatory. You got Link Karibo as the only Link level 1 you play in the deck, because you can link away with Dotscaper and Glowbald, and then special summon this, and then if you have 2 level 4s, then go off from there and get the Minerva out and get some more cards on the field. Especially pretty handy. This is one card I just put in, which is Underclock Taker. Trigate Wizard wasn't doing very well for the whole entire event, so I took him out completely. So he's the only change that I've done. The reason why I'm playing Underclock Taker, because there's actually times where you can actually do the U-Link with all the links, where you block your opponent's extra deck zone. I've actually done that a couple times. I didn't do that at the event, but there's times where you can actually make that, so I just decided to switch it out for Underclock Taker. Then you play the Nightmare Cerberus, which is self-explanatory, and then the Nightmare Phoenixes, which are all self-explanatory. All good effects, pretty much to go off. The reason why, like I said beforehand, I think I said it in my previous video, I play double Phoenix because sometimes you'll link away with the first Phoenix and go off for combos. But there's times where Cerberus is, like, I've been needing a second Cerberus, so I might end up taking the Phoenix altogether, because there's only been a couple times where I've ever been summoned the second Phoenix. I've been needing the other arrows to go the opposite direction with Cerberus effects, so I'm pretty much probably going to end up taking a Phoenix for a Cerberus, but we'll see how it goes from there. For the only Link 3s, I play one Curious and then one Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn did a lot of work for me the whole entire event. It actually pretty much helped me get rid of some problematic cards that I couldn't get around, like Dark Law, thank God. This guy, when I was going against the hero player, very first game, he summoned Dark Law, and I was like, crap, I can't get around it. Then I summoned Nightmare Cerberus, and he took that. Then I summoned Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of the thing that he took my monster with, which got me back my monster. Then I linked away with those two, and I had a level 4 in my hand, so I normally summoned that and linked away with those and went off with more combos. And then Curious actually did pretty much a lot of work as well. Curious, I've only summoned her twice, but she's she's another Lightsworn to play, basically. For the Link 4s, I play the one Nightmare Griffin, self-explanatory. I like Griffin. Griffin's good. And then the one Mecha Knight Crusader Acromax. That's he won me so many games. Like this card is better than a few other Link 4s. And then you play the one Sayucha. These are all self-explanatories. All have their good effects. I personally like them all. For the side deck, which is actually the surprising factor, I did change the side deck previously from back then, before the tournament and such, so there's going to be some changes, but I hope you guys do enjoy. Let's see. I played triple Prankletops, self-explanatory. It's actually pretty busted. Prankletops, I never really sided in, but it's still a good card to help you get rid of, like Summon Limit, things of that nature. It helps you get rid of those one problematic cards you can't get around. There can only be one that's actually a really good nifty card to get around, just with this guy alone. But other than that, they all played pretty well. Triple Artifact Lancia. Now, you are playing a 60-card deck, so triple Artifact Lancia is actually really needed. Lancia did a lot of work for me during that whole event, and I did side deck both of these in during that whole event. The newest thing that I put into the side deck, because there's some times where I had a hard time against Dangers, and I played this little spicy engine because once you negate their one draw power, they kind of stop and wait. I played the triple Gamma and the one driver, actually. This is really good because if you play, since I'm playing Brilliant Fusion, and sometimes I'll draw it in my hand, I might not even summon the Scorpio and stuff, I'll play Brilliant Fusion, they'll try to get rid of it or negate it, then I'll activate Gamma. So that way I can protect it. It's actually pretty good, and I think I might actually keep Gamma in for the next format or so, because Gamma's actually did a lot of work for me. For the only spell card I played was the for obviously Twin Twister. There's been points where you need the third Twin Twister, so I side deck the third Twin Twister just in case. Then you play triple Evenly Match. Now, Evenly Match is actually a needed card in this deck because, like I said, rogue matchups is tough to go against. Personally, that hero deck, I actually side decked these in, and it actually won me the game because of that. So, thank God for Evenly Match. Evenly Match is also good against like Alter guys, Subterriers, things of that nature, unless they negate the Evenly Match, which sometimes happens. But other than that, Evenly Match is really good. And then I side deck the one Abyss Dweller just in case I go against, mirror matches. Also, it's good against Alter guys, or not Alter guys, Orcus. This card is really good against Orcus because you can stop them from their plays. Yes, they could be negated, but other than that, I think one's really okay for my type of build. But personal opinion, if you guys are playing Abyss Dweller, or if you guys do side deck Abyss Dweller, maybe side deck 2 or main deck 1 and then side deck the other. For personal reasons, because certain matches, Abyss Dweller can be negated and stopped. But other than that, guys, like I said, this is a short video, or probably a long video here. This deck did a lot of work for the event, and I actually like the fact that how I played it out. I didn't get a chance to go national. Sorry about that, guys. I was kind of hoping. I was trying to get transportation to go up there, but I couldn't get a chance to go up there. Plus, my job and everything was pretty much holding me back there. I'm sorry for that, but I hope you guys do enjoy this video. I will be trying to get my hands to go, or trying to get to places where I can actually go to YCSs and other things like I did before. I will work my best on trying to get to those, but I hope you guys do enjoy the 60-card Lightsworn build that I built here for you guys. I did come in top 4th place at the tournament. It was a total of 16 people. It was pretty big of a tournament to be in my standards for this type of tournament at this type of time. So it was pretty big. It was actually pretty good. We had a lot of good decks playing at the time, and I personally loved how my deck pulled through and actually did very well. Shout outs to Asian Persuasion, like always. Asian Persuasion, Team 6 Samurai, X1, and then the Team APS crew. Also, shout outs because if you guys haven't even noticed, to Paul and Trail for signing my Cypher and Game List. Thank you guys so much. You guys are really awesome for signing these for me. Shoutouts to my friend Brandon from helping me get to these places and stuff to even participate in this tournament. It was a pretty fun time. This video is a little late. I'm sorry for that, guys. I try my best to try to get time where I can upload the video and send it or post it on YouTube. It's just my hands have been tied for the past couple of days. I'm sorry for that. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. And like always, Dragon Rockstar is signing out.